Hi there, I'm Roux. Welcome to my video! Yes, I know, I have not posted in 2 weeks. Let me explain. Week 1, I had an ear zit. I could not hear out of my left ear. It also made me pretty sick, so annoying. Week 2, went into the vet to get my long-haired cat a haircut, only to find that he needed to have 3 teeth pulled because of some unknown thing where they don't know why it happens, but sometimes the teeth just attack themselves and you have to pull them out. My poor boy did amazing. He's such a good boy and he takes his medicine and he's so good. But yeah, that's the reason why. I was attacked by an ear zit and I was tending to my little baby. I hope you haven't felt too deprived. I have 2 great stories for you guys today. Faking it and in front of the children. This week's shout out is a 2-parter because cats. First one by the crafty cyborg. Hey Cassie. Happy birthday, Roux. My overly noisy cat says the same, lol. See, I told you, cats. Second shout out goes to Portugal to Helena Seixas. Girl, I love your videos so much. You're like that fun older sister who tells stories with the funny voices. And sassy comments afterwards. Kisses from Portugal. Thank you, Helena from Portugal. Without further ado, let's get into the stories.
Oh my god, I don't believe you. You're faking it.
My blind neighbor is a troll to entitled dad. Okay, here's some context. I live next door to an elderly couple, 2 really sweet people. The husband, let's call him B for blind elder, is a blind old man of about 70. His wife, let's call her SG for sweet granny, was sick one day, so I offered to take B to the store to get some stuff. The entitled dad will be called Ed. I help B into his car after saying goodbye to sweet granny, and I drive him to the store. B always tells jokes about his condition, laughing as though he could care less about the fact that he can't see. When we get to the store, I help him out of the car and inside, allowing him to put a hand on my shoulder so I can be his eyes. We manage to buy what we need and get to the lunch meat since they needed some. Each meat I grab as a sample to hand to B, letting him feel to see if it's the perfect size. While he's feeling the salami, I heard someone clear his throat in a rude way. I turn around and find myself face to face with Ed. Ed is an average-looking middle-aged man with barely any hair on his head. His kids are 2 twin boys who are around age 7. Ed starts asking us to hurry up and asks why B is touching the meat that way. I quickly explain that my neighbor is blind, causing the dad to shake his head and say something about him and his kids being in a hurry. B eventually turns around and hands me the meat he had been feeling. Then Ed gets impatient. He's probably faking it. He seems way too confident. B just lets out a laugh and had the look of, I'm gonna scare him. Then, to my amusement, B takes off his sunglasses to show his eyes, causing Ed to back up as my neighbor stumbles towards him with his hands outstretched, yelling about how someone turned off the lights and how the world has been thrown into eternal darkness. The dad and his kids run like scared dogs, causing my neighbor to laugh so loud that he has tears in his eyes. He put his sunglasses back on and we continued shopping. When we got back to the house, B started telling his wife what had happened and how he had made a big, tough dad pee his pants in fear. That is such a strange thing to accuse someone of. Faking blindness so you can feel the meat? I love the fact that he couldn't care less and he's just like, I'm gonna use this to trip this man up. Awesome. Your neighbor is awesome. In front of the children? Entitled mom tries to report me as a pedophile for telling my daughter gay couples exist. We were having a day of hiking and picnicking in the park with my young girls, 6-month-old, 3 years old. So I brought a bunch of toys. My wife went off to feed our baby and I was playing with 3-year-old and her dolls and she paired all of them into couples of men and women. Recently, we learned we really dropped the ball teaching her about relationship diversity because she went to visit her uncles, her married uncles, and threw a tantrum when we told her they were married because
Only boys and girls can get married.
we thought she knew they were married because it's certainly no big secret, but definitely have gone out of our way to correct that assumption since. We basically just try to point out the LGBTQ plus people in her life and reinforce, you know these people, you like them, they like you. It's no different than knowing a straight couple. She's been super receptive to it, and I think she just hadn't seen any gay couple on TV or in books and was oblivious to the ones she saw in everyday life, so wasn't sure what to think. So I said, let's put these two girls together like your friend Hannah's mommies, and these two boys together like Uncle X and Uncle Y. The rest can stay as they were. This way more people are included. Isn't that nice? And she said, yeah. And we played and it was fine. Enter entitled mom. And her kid, who was somehow normal, about 10 years old.
Excuse me? What are you doing? Playing dollies? Sir, excuse me, hello? I don't appreciate your talking about sex in front of my kids.
When was I talking about sex?
The G word and the L word.
I didn't say either of those, and I can talk to my kid about anything I want, so unless there's anything else...
I won't have you sharing adult conversations with a toddler here in public or anywhere.
Really? That's too bad, because once we finished talking about inclusion, I was going to crack open a 40-ounce and read some Hustler for story time.
Is she even your daughter?
Is that even your son? At this point, a woman walks by with a baby and entitled mom tries to pull her into the conversation.
This man is going up to children at the park and trying to teach them about sex.
The woman, who we will call W for woman or for wife because she's my wife, was having none of that. What was he saying?
He was telling this toddler about GAYSEX.
Thankfully, she knew the woman must be nuts. I thought we said no gay sex until her 4th birthday. She rushed to cover nice kid's ears.
This is everything wrong with our kids today. You're forcing them to grow up before their time. You want your daughters to have those images in your head? You're going to traumatize her.
My dollies are at the grocery store and they're gonna buy popsicles. I ate a popsicle today. It was a yellow one.
My wife looks horrified. Oh, you think popsicles are a euphemism or something? Entitled mom takes her kid and storms off. 15 minutes pass and everyone's getting hungry, so we break out some snacks. I'm helping my kid get the green tops off her strawberries. A park ranger comes over. Excuse me, a woman reported there was some sort of inappropriate sexual activity going on at this site? What? Really? Oh no. Well, I've got my kids with me. Do you think we should move? Park ranger looks around confused. No, just keep an eye open for anything strange, and if you see something, drop by the ranger station and let us know. About an hour later, just as we were thinking it's time to head home, entitled mother comes back through.
How are you still here?
We ignore her at this point.
You know that there are piles of studies on child psychology that say that what you're doing is ruining America.
I wanted so badly to say something snarky but kept my mouth shut. But then, entitled mother directed her insanity at my kids. And you better believe that didn't sit well with my wife.
Honey, does it make you sad when Daddy tries to tell you things you don't understand?
Don't you talk to my kid one more time. Don't look in our direction. Don't breathe on me. Get out of here. Right now. Leave. Of course, my 3-year-old doesn't know why she's upset and starts crying. This yelling and crying attracted the attention of a different park ranger. A problem, folks? Entitled mother started screaming almost incoherently while her poor, embarrassed kid was like, Mom, let's just go. Let's go. Come on, Mom. My wife responds, I'm so glad you're here. We were just getting ready to leave when this woman, who's been harassing us all day, came and started talking to my daughter. The park ranger took her aside and took us aside, and we gave our sides of the story. Entitled mom was nearly in tears, and we could hear her throwing out words like decency and innocence. When he came to us, we briefly explained but said we were already on our way, so didn't want to take this any further. He said we should just go. We packed up and left. Entitled mother couldn't believe we were just let go, and was still berating the park ranger with her embarrassed son when we left. everyone should just mind their own damn business. The end. I think the fact that people can't separate just like, oh, Susie has a crush on a boy or a girl and sex. Like if that's genuinely how you think it is when people just let their kids know that same-sex attraction exists, are you telling me that when you talk about how boys and girls like each other, you're talking about sex with your children? Because that's what it must mean. Otherwise, you're a weirdo hypocrite. And if that is what it means, you're just a weirdo. What the flub?